fist. What's up? Wesley Snipes Fist here. Brother Los.
Brother Roy.
Brother Black Hand on the camera is always back there. Thank y'all for joining us. Much love for your support. It's what is it today? Hump Day?
Yes, it is, and it's over, man. How you feel, man? It's over, man.
No, I'm good. I'm glad that it's over.
It's like, it'd be rough, don't
it? Damn, what happened there, Bobby?
What happened where, man?
Look at the thing.
What thing?
You got somebody looking at
Oh, shit, like Batman coming out or something.
You know?
Bobby. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Somebody trying to peek. No, you got to buy tickets to come in here.
That's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me watch this
help
from
us,
back
Bobby,
here.
help us, please. No, it's over there. It's not over here. It's over there. Huh?
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is. Either way, whoever's peeking, yo, you got to pay before you go.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Illuminati. Don't worry about it.
Right.
What's up, family? Oh, my God. Oh, my mom. Oh, I don't have my phone.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Build Your Own Brain? What's up, mama? What's up, do it yourself bills? See, look at them together.
Right.
Build your own brains, like a bunch of do it yourself bills. You know what I mean?
See, the build is the one we're focused on. That word.
It messes me up, man. It messes me up
I don't know
bad.
what that is, Bobby. It's not high enough or something.
Oh no, man.
Something not
like somebody
right,
flying a kite or something.
All right, fuck it. They know that's the downtown. They know, so it's the pupils.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what up, party people? Yeah, man, for real.
Right. So what's up, man?
What's up? Thank y'all so much for joining us this afternoon on another edition of the Daily Smoke. Today we're going to talk about habits. We're going to continue the conversation on habits and everything and talk about how important that is and how that happens. But before we do so, of course, we got to talk about our sponsors. But even before that, thank y'all so much for joining us, man. How are you, man?
I'm good.
It's good to see you again. How you doing,
Wednesday, got this day over with.
Yeah, I'm looking at who's trying to pick in my curtain over there.
Other than this damn heat, I'm good.
No doubt. Man, send a prayer to our brother, do-it-yourself Bills, man. I know he didn't want me to say this, and he has no idea if it's going to happen, but he hurt himself, man. Doing his job, it's not good. He'll be all right, but,
slip in the pool.
Prayer or whatever, man. Nah, man, it's
messing with somebody's wife or husband.
I know, right?
That's
the pool boy, they got the pool boy. But just let us know, man. That's why I checked on you today, man. Thank you so much, Do-It-Yourself, man, for joining us, and we hope, you do better, man, and everything comes along. Because I know the nature of your work and I know the nature of your injury. So I hope you'll be all right, my brother, man.
Yeah,
for real.
For you, bro.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. What's been new in your world, man?
Not the same old shit.
For real?
Yeah, just
no doubt.
Get through each one of these days. It's hot every day.
It is.
It's heated, wearing me down. Boy, it's like, oof.
It is. It is.
But hey, once I'm done doing that day shit, I get to do this now. We're good.
Yeah, they're on the delay. But yeah, man. So you know what? Let me go and knock out our sponsors, man, so we can go ahead and start the show and everything, man. Because we do not want to forget about our sponsors. They're some of the ones that make this happen. Yeah, go ahead. First and foremost, we got Bangin' 832 Radio.
Bangin'.
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 Bangin' 8. That part. Bangin' 832. I love our platform.
Our ghetto platform.
I love our platform. It is ghetto, but I love it, man. I love everything about it, man. Bangin' 832 Radio, www.bangin832.com. Check out the past episodes of the Daily Smoke every Sunday at 7 p.m., which is subject to change since we got Queen Mother in the house now. She's come out. Yeah, she's about to start recording, so absolutely. But still, support Bangin' 832. Whether or not we're there on a Sunday at 7 p.m. or not, support Bangin' 832, please. Next up, we got Tamia's Touch of Care Massage Therapy. To get with life, get a massage.
Touch my body.
www.tamiaanderson.com. She's going to be on our show again, along with a couple of other people, I believe, in the month of August. And, I got to take a moment, Los. Got to take a moment, Bobby. Keep her picture up. Don't move. Keep her picture up.
Do it like, hey, bring it down.
I mean this.
Do it like
I
the
mean
white
this.
does.
I really mean this. That beautiful individual right there was not only the second to respond, only to our brother from Black Gold Nation. She was the second to respond to say, absolutely, I'm interested. When? And not only was she confirmed when, she obviously has other people she wants to bring with her.
Nice.
Now, regardless of whatever show she decides to come on, she decided to visit us again, which is why, Tamir Anderson, we salute you, my sister. We love you dearly. Thank you so much for believing in us as we believe in you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. You know what I mean? It's that real, man. All right, so I'm sorry to go on that tangent. But Tamani was the first to respond,
right.
And we got some more people coming. Thank you, Tamani, man. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah, I was talking to a brother today that I haven't heard in a while, and he sent me a video of something. Brother talking about, like, we wait for, we look for, like these, you need to have gold and status for us to look up to you when there's brothers in the hood already doing that without the gold and stuff.
Bam. You know what I mean?
So
that's what I'm talking about.
Video,
that part. That part.
So I was like, okay. And I looked at that, I said, you know what, he's right, because all these brothers that are intelligent, that are in the hood trying to help you, you don't look to them.
You don't look at it.
You want to go see these dudes wearing with the money and the gold.
You deserve exactly what you get. You know what I mean?
Right.
You deserve exactly what you get.
Like, shit.
Absolutely.
So he said he's going to try to come on and do a show maybe about
that would be awesome.
Or whatever. But yeah, so I
would love to hear. I would love to listen.
I don't think he's too far from us either, so
we'll get him here. We'll get him in. Tamir, thank you so much for real. We'll get him in, man. Hell yeah. Tamir, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Continue to grow your business. We believe everything that you believe in and stand for what you stand for, because at the end of the day, you are a beautiful person and you treat people with love, and that's all we're concerned about. Absolutely.
Bring your chair with you, because I might need you to demonstrate.
I
might need you to demonstrate right quick while you're on our show. So if you're watching this show, bring your chair, because some of us need some our neck muscles.
For real, man. It's been bad, man. It's been bad.
So don't make sure you show up for that. When is that? That's coming up on a Wednesday, right? Okay.
And then next up we got, she's like a Brazilian Hazel.
Cuban,
I'm sorry. Close. Okay, I'm sorry. So next up we got the Buy Black Marketplace. The ultimate Buy Black Market Black Vendor Book and Art Fair Ultimate Pop-Up Experience, calling all vendors, artists, authors, and Black-owned businesses. It's free and open to the public every first and third Saturday from 12 to 6. They're located at 5309 MLK Boulevard, Houston, Texas. And please, by all means, support this organization, because the Shrine of the Black Madonna feeds the homeless or people that don't have food, don't necessarily have to be together. They feed them from 12 to 6 every Saturday. I'm sorry, 7 to 12 every Saturday. So please come out and support them, and immediately afterwards, they promote the Buy Black Marketplace. You ain't got to leave. After you eat, just stay there and go see what you get.
Go get something to eat or help get food, and then go check out the market.
Period.
Enjoy the day. I need to do that shit myself.
I know, man. I'm going to barbecue in. So you leave, man. I can do some chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My God, man. I cannot wait till the show is over.
You pissed me off with that shit.
Oh, my God. Whatever.
Pay this much money for this nasty ass.
Whatever. You ain't real black. Whatever.
Right? There's the right people.
Okay, I'll be good. I'm sorry. We'll say that. So next up, we got.
If it's fried chicken, you better eat it no matter what. As long as it's fried chicken, you'll give a damn who made it. Just eat it.
Okay. Puff Pass CBD and more. 4130 and a half Cavalcade, Houston, Texas. Check them out. Puff Pass CBD and more. Owned by Tanya Ashley. She is another one, man. It's a nice spot, and I think we got something coming up on that soon, man. What'd you like about Tanya Ashley CBD Puff Pass?
No, she was cool. Just the whole atmosphere there, and how you can rent it all out. You can have a whole private party, have the whole place to yourself. Especially that outside out there.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool. You can have a party out there doing something.
You really could, man. We have to do that,
so
man.
We have to do something ourselves. You got the smoking room. Now if everybody's smoking cigars, it's going to be real cloudy.
Look, man. Look, you know what we need to do? You know what we really need to do? And I think the Nest is hitting on something like this. something like this. I think we need to go ahead and have like a get together for the people that support our platform.
Try to get them to come out.
Get them to come out. If they can't come out, go live. Still get them on where they can see us and we can see them. I wouldn't care if it was 2 people that showed up. Hey man, let's have a celebration at her establishment.
Right. Get them to come out there and check us out.
I wouldn't care if it was one person that showed up. You know what I mean? That one person believe in us, man. They on our side. You know, that's something to think about, man.
Right. Yeah, no, we'll plan something. We'll see what we can do.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Celebration.
Let's do it, man. We know Dwight and his wife gonna show up. And you know what I'm gonna bring?
Everybody gotta be there. Shit.
Well, they told us
the platform.
I know, right?
All of us gotta be there.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know they're gonna be there.
And people gotta come to see us there.
You know they gotta come. They gotta
be live. Get there before we do the show.
Right,
you know?
right.
Right live with us.
That'd be awesome. We need to do that, man.
Right.
Man, last but not least, us. The Daily Smoke. THA dailysmoke.com. Check us out. You'll see all of the new episodes are up. Check me if I'm right or not, Bobby, but on our new episodes up, thanks, sir. We have new episodes that are up on the website as well as what we're going to be talking about over the coming weeks. And by the way, the only time you see an episode change dates is if we have a guest that wants to come on with us live, because we make them priority.
Right. We try to have the Wednesday live guest day, you know.
Right.
So if you're listening, if you do want to be a guest, it's usually on Wednesdays when we have our guests. So.
Absolutely. And we'll change the show for you.
Right.
Because it's about you.
Yeah, so don't worry about what we're going to talk about. If you want to come on, you take president on that page, and we'll just move that to another day.
Exactly. So please check us out at thedailysmoke.com. And also, everything in life costs money. Cha-ching. If you believe in this enough and you believe in this mission and this vision that we have, please, by all means, donate to us at $TD Smoke. And we really mean this. Hey, man, you all would not be wasting an hour of your life that you will never, ever receive ever again in your life. And you're deciding to give that to us. Thank you so much. If you cannot afford to donate to us in terms of monetary value, we appreciate your time even more so. Thank you for spending time with us. But if you can give to us, we do appreciate it. And please, by all means, THADailySmoke.com. Hashtag. $, TD Smoke. $. Yes, please check us out, man. For real. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, everyone. Much love for your support. Hit that like button. You heard me, man.
Right now.
You heard that, man.
That like.
For real, man.
Like. And share. For
real.
You know, we want that.
We do this
people,
because we love it, man.
No, especially if you know that someone you shared with and they liked it when they told you they watched it, if they really did, tell them to come back. Keep coming back. You know, check out what it is. And like we say, let us know what you want us to talk about. Send an email in and let us know what's up. We want to hear what you got. If you don't want to come here to talk about it, well, what do y'all want to talk about? We don't know everything.
Right. No, we don't.
So we're trying to bring the best things that we can to educate you, but we need your help to educate us too, though, because we don't know everything.
I mean, man, think about it. Like, people that watch us,
she would get fat.
You see what I mean, though?
Yeah, you can see. Or she's going backwards. She's coming from that day. I don't think so, right?
No, she's expanding.
Yeah, right.
You go up. Okay. Yeah, but yeah. So no, for real, like this platform, we value your insight, your opinion, your position on it, even if we don't agree with you. And we believe that is precisely what this country and what we're missing as a society. Because too many people, if you don't agree with the prevailing voice or what the media is putting out there, you are immediately eradicated or ostracized or talked against, defamed, whatever the case may be. And we're saying, hey, man, we know what we look like. We know what we dealt with in life, but that don't mean that that's what life all is.
Right.
We would like to hear people that we haven't experienced. And we want you to come to this platform.
Let us know what you
please.
Let us know something you're passionate about.
Please, for real, man. And speaking of which, we started a show on how much time we got, brother?
We got 45 minutes.
Thank you, Lord. No, we ain't gonna need it.
No, we're right on.
No, yeah, thank you. We're gonna talk about something today that
continue to talk about something today
that a lot of people underestimate. We're going to talk about habits. Now, I'm so glad we got 45 minutes because if you're watching right now, I'd like to know, Brother Los would like to know, Bobby would like to know, what is your understanding of a habit? And how do habits come about? What is the importance of habits? We're not talking about habits because we're that interested. We're talking about habits because we see how it affects us individually, and you can only imagine how it affects
everyone.
But because we take it for granted.
Right, right.
Habit, oh, yeah, shit.
It's just what you do.
You know, shit. Every night, I get high before I go to sleep. Habit.
That's what you do. That's what I do.
But right now,
I know, right?
I'm sorry about it. Oh, yeah, but habits. But yeah, habits. Yeah, I'm sorry, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Habits. So.
That's a bad habit.
Oh, man. So, habits, yeah. Habits, man. Habits is why Amazon is big as it is. And you don't need to know it. If you have an idea of what a habit is, I would like for you to call in right now to the show. The number's at the bottom of the screen, 281-968-1029. The number at the bottom of your screen is 281-968-1029. Call in. Talk to us about what your understanding of a habit is, or what have been your experiences with habits. What habits do you have? Whatever that may be, we would like for you to share that with us. Until whoever you are, whomever you are, until you get the guts to call in, we'll experiment on ourselves.
All right, let's chat.
Let's experiment on ourselves. You got any habits, man? Had any habits?
I used to have a bad habit of smoking cigarettes.
I
quit that. I didn't quit smoking. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit that habit, but I didn't quit the smoking habit. Because I still smoked, but I didn't smoke cigarettes.
When you might ask you some questions?
No, go ahead.
When you say you had a habit of smoking cigarettes, were there certain circumstances, situations, times of day, or what have you, where you found yourself smoking?
Hell yeah.
What were they?
After I would eat something, I had a cigarette after that.
After you ate?
Yeah, that would make you like complete the meal and shit,
Okay.
After sex sometimes you have to smoke.
Cigarettes after sex.
You have
one of my favorite bands, by the way.
That's the name of the band.
That's the name of the band. They awesome as fuck too.
Cigarettes after sex. Hell. Yeah, but that's another one that you would, get the satisfaction from. Drinking,
True.
That make you smoke some cigarettes. When I get high, shit, I'll smoke a pack.
Okay, so regarding that, I'm gonna split hairs for a minute. I've heard that people that smoke cigars with a certain brandy or whiskey, there's a certain taste that you get when you smoke cigarettes after, drinking. Could there be a chemical reaction there or no?
No, I'm not sure what the difference is. Right? I know with the cigar though. Yeah, they
it accentuates the flavor,
like a bourbon, and you have the smoke in your mouth at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a certain flavor that people like. That's I forget what they call that, but because the cigar has certain tones in it, that go with that bourbon,
right?
And that's the whole flavor.
Is cigarettes like that?
Cigarettes? No, I don't think so. I think cigarettes actually change the way you taste things. Because I remember a long time ago when I first stopped smoking, I tried to first stop smoking cigarettes way back in the day. And I used to always drink Dr. Pepper, but after I stopped smoking,
I knew someone that used to drink Dr. Pepper
and I drank it, and that shit was fucking tasted nasty to me.
Really?
A lot of different things didn't taste the same. I'm like, man. And then later on, when I went back to smoking, all that shit came right back to what I remembered and shit. So, but either way, it's like,
it was a taste thing.
It was a taste. I could actually taste differences. From when I stopped smoking, no nicotine in my mouth or in my system because I've been not smoke free. The Dr. Pepper tasted weird, way different to me. It did not have the same flavor that it had when I smoked.
That's interesting.
Yeah, And when I went back to smoking, I remember the flavor came back. I was like, that's crazy.
Bobby, you said nicotine and alcohol.
Nicotine takes alcohol takes nicotine.
How so?
For me, if I drink, I'm drinking now, but even though I feel that alcohol, I feel that level, the moment I smoke a cigarette, it seems to calm down.
Really? And that was what you did or do? Man,
I'm always taking that balance.
Here's why I asked. Now, I want you all to take your own examples. Here's why I asked that question. They found that, as we briefly discussed on Monday, if you have a habit, it consists of three things: a cue, which is called a trigger, the behavior itself,
What does he do?
and the reward.
What he does for you.
There have been people that have argued, B.F. Skinner to be one. There have been people that have argued, at the end of the day, all we are is behavior as a human being. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, all we are human beings. A habit consists of a cue, the behavior itself, and the reward.
Right.
The cue or the trigger is, it may be a smell.
Right. It makes you go do something.
That makes you go do something.
That's what you do every time you smell that smell.
When you do it, that's the behavior.
Yeah. And then that should be tasting good as a mother.
And the taste and the enjoyment becomes the reward.
Right. That's crazy.
When we try to address habits, you feel me? You feel me?
Yeah,
when we address habits, you know what the main problem is? You know why most habits, people that have like approaches towards breaking habits, you know why they don't work? Because we focus more on the routine. The routine is the behavior. Whatever the behavior is, it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever the behavior is, they focus more on that. And what they found was, if you can focus more on the trigger and deal with the reward or the consequence, the behavior will work itself out.
Right. Right. Okay. So you got to stop the trigger. You got to stop. You got to eliminate the trigger.
That's some deep shit, man.
That's hard to eliminate that trigger, because you know the pleasure you get for doing just that. So that's one of those that I'll keep this one. Fuck that.
I work longer hours so I can make more money, so I can get more crack, so I can smoke more crack,
right.
So I can work more hours, so I can get more money,
right.
So I can buy more crack,
right.
So I can work longer hours and get more money and buy more crack,
right.
So I can. They call it the pattern, the habit loop. That's the whole. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the whole thing.
So it is behavior. So maybe we are really all behavior, because that's how we live.
A habit. Joyce Horton says, first off, thank you so much for your response. Can't call, but can text. A habit could be an obsession with something, an uncontrollable desire in which you cannot break. Let's deal with that for a minute.
Yeah.
A habit could be an obsession, a thought. An obsession is a thought.
Right.
With something, which is an object. An uncontrollable desire, which is the reward.
Right.
See how fatalistic, and I'm not talking bad against what you're saying. Read what she said. Look how fatalistic the language is. It's it's a desire that's uncontrollable, that leads to a habit that you cannot, or behavior you cannot break.
And not all of them are that.
That's not the case.
No, but some of them are simple things.
Because if I can change, let me say it a different way. And I'm going to say something that's going to sound so simple and so common sense. And it is common sense, but you hadn't thought of it. That's why we're on this show. Because you hadn't thought of it. If you want to change the behavior, disrupt the trigger.
Right. Right.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
And when you start getting feedback and fights from people, well, no, I don't know if I can let that go. I ain't even dealing with your behavior. I'm dealing with your trigger. You're fighting me on the trigger.
Right.
So that means the behavior is a byproduct of the trigger.
Right.
So the trigger is the addiction, not the behavior.
Right.
Think about it.
But the trick, but you know the satisfaction you're gonna get from that trigger.
Okay. You can
You know
have put. I feel you. I feel you. I promise, bro.
The reason I have this trigger is because I like that right there, and I like the way that makes me feel.
I feel you.
That's what I like to do.
I feel you. Check it out. When I went to the military, I loved Timmy Chan's chicken, 1994, June 7th to be exact.
$4.99, 8-piece.
I never craved Timmy Chan's the whole time I was in basic training or when I got back.
Right.
Because they disrupted the reward.
Right.
Not the trigger, the reward. How did they disrupt it? They flew me to Chicago.
You couldn't get no.
I couldn't get to it. They didn't do nothing with the trigger. The smell is the smell.
Right.
Didn't do nothing with the behavior. I can have chicken wings in Chicago.
Right. But they're not Timmy.
They disrupted the reward.
Not Timmy Tang's.
So it's not Timmy Tang's anymore. So notice how now the behavior is non-existent.
Right. It doesn't so.
Notice how the trigger that may have been there, its power has been reduced.
Right. Because when you came back, you didn't go?
I found the trigger when I drove down Cullen and smelled it or had a memory of it.
Then you said,
I was like, da-da-da-da.
It's been a while.
You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da.
Right.
It's really that simple.
Right. So that's cool.
Deep shit.
Let me tell you a story about that.
Absolutely, brother.
My dad was a smoker. Cigarettes and cigars. And also an alcohol drink.
I can relate.
He was in the military. This before he met
Relate.
Mama. So this is, yeah. It took I would say, an episode in his life that completely changed that. He went cold turkey, meaning he changed his complete pattern. Even though he still had the cravings to drink, well, actually more to smoke, instead of actually smoking cigarettes or cigars, even though he had the craving to do this,
Sure.
he never inhaled. He just put it in his mouth. It's just that. He's like, and then also with alcohol, he completely just stopped. He completely stopped cold turkey. And I actually followed him for that. And
he got rid of the trigger.
He literally removed his triggers. He was like, even though I have the urge to smoke cigarettes and cigars, I'm not going to inhale. I'm just gonna put like a Swisher Sweet or whatever with chips.
That's what I do now.
Just put it in my mouth, even when it's in a way that's satisfactory to me, but I'm not inhaling. So he eliminated his triggers completely. And he took and then from the day that he died, he completely just changed all of it. So I have to give my dad hands back for that.
Absolutely.
Sure enough.
Absolutely.
I'm still.
Since we were, just because we were speaking about military, what's that?
I'll address this question.
People with alcoholism have to have.
No, they can see it. They can't see losis.
It's simple. Change that.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem. This is not about changing the way you think. The way you're thinking is the problem.
Right.
That is the problem. The way you're thinking.
The way you think is you got to stop thinking that.
If you start to struggle with the way you're thinking, if you're an alcoholic, change your trigger. Let me give you an example. Well, that's going to be a little bit longer. What was you saying, brother? You were saying, I'll address it. I
was going to say that, like, when he talked about his dad being in the military,
sure.
This is one of these things there's a book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. He's the author of it, and this what I got out of that. One of the ones when he said military made me think of one of these. He calls them the 8 keystone habits that can transform your life, and one of them was where'd it go? My bad. One of it was making your bed every morning. Making your bed is correlated with increased productivity, a greater sense of well-being, and better budgeting skills. That's what he's saying by just that alone. When he said, military, I thought, that's the first thing they teach you. Like, make that bed before you get up out that much. As soon as you get up out that bitch, make that motherfucker.
Did they mess with your trigger?
You know, and not even mess with no trigger. I mean, no, that became a trigger. Getting up and doing that, but from that, you start doing better things.
Exactly.
Habits. That's what you're saying.
Because your routine was, I would get up out of my bed and not make my bed.
Right.
So now, in order for you to start a new routine, we're going to have to force you to make up your bed before you do anything else.
That's the first thing you do when you get out.
Notice how they never talked about your thinking.
Right. No, it had nothing to do with thinking. We want you to do this.
This is what has to be done.
If you're gonna get through this easy, you better do that shit every day.
We don't care about how you feel about it.
Right. You got to do this after
you're here, you're out.
For a couple of months.
We don't care.
You get used to that shit, though. But it also all the stuff that it does make better productivity and shit like that makes you
no problem.
And I guess that's all subconscious because you're not thinking that when you're making your bed that I'm gonna do better the rest of the fucking day.
Los, that's the point. You're absolutely in the right direction. The point I'm making is, hey man, like habits can go right or wrong.
Right.
It can go good or bad. Everything that we're saying, it can be applied for bad as it is for getting rid of a habit. You can get a habit by applying these same principles.
Right.
Notice how you said, hey man, all of these things that are results of you making up your bed or what you receive, right? What is that? Those are what? The things you receive. What are those called?
Those are the pleasure. I mean, the rewards.
Exactly. The rewards.
Right. The rewards.
But notice how the reward is contingent on what?
On the first thing.
Which is what?
Make your bed.
Which is what?
Something you got to do every day.
A behavior.
This is something I do.
If I can change your behavior or your routine, I can change your reward.
Right. Sure enough. That's what he says. He said also that some habits are more important than others. They have the power to transform your life by doing one thing, and these are these keystone ones. I would suggest check out the book The Power of Habit.
Please, by all means.
He gets real deep into it. I mean, that's one of them. Exercising regularly. Exercise triggers people to start eating better, and then he writes that he adds that people who exercise have increased patience, less stress, and are more productive at work. People that get up every day and exercise every day. Meditation is also one of them.
Important.
That they say is important to meditate.
Important.
And then meditating. And morning meditation could help put your mind at ease for the rest of the day. Just by that alone, and that way you can get through the day a lot easier. And then from that it'll start turning into other things and keep going from there. So
how much time we got, man? Because I'm gonna go their mind. Do we?
Yeah,
ooh, it's on now. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here's why we want to talk about behaviors or habits. Now, habits are formed through repetition, so making your bed every morning becomes routine. Right. So
yeah,
we're gonna jump deeper into this conversation, but before we do, just to let you all know we are where you are, but we're gonna take you deeper. We're gonna meet you there. If you ever want to know how strong a habit is, what would be the first thing, the most powerful thing, the strongest thing? And don't be like some of us looking up the answer on Google when somebody asks you a question. Some of y'all some Google scholars. I just want you to answer this question for me. What is the number one breaker of a habit? What is the one thing that humans do that has been proven to be able to break a habit?
I'm going to change the behavior, change what you do.
Absolutely. Right? You're absolutely
change
correct.
what you do.
You're absolutely
You
correct.
get rid of what you, now you do something different, totally
I
different.
want you to remember that because you
might have to get rid of that one later too.
Because you're absolutely correct. I want you to remember what you just said. Like, this is the beauty of it. Like, you can get the truth from different aspects and different angles. What you just said, brother, is absolutely on it.
Right.
What's the number one eradicator of or if you want to change habits or you want to eradicate bad habits or habits that you don't want anymore? What's the number one thing you've ever heard about?
Stop doing it.
Stop doing it? Absolutely. That is true. Welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous. The only issue with stop doing it is if you just stop doing it, you're going to need some type of group support.
They told me I had to go to rehab.
Not there. No.
I won't try to change
You know what I
that
mean?
habit.
Like if you're gonna change something on your own, I don't care who you are. Even Malcolm X,
You
he'll tell
can't do
you,
it by yourself.
you cannot do it by yourself.
Yeah.
There has to be, if you go that route,
Right.
which is the very reason why Alcoholics Anonymous is so successful, because nothing they teach changes the behavior and does as much good as much as having the group around you on that same mission to reinforce that behavior. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So strength in numbers. So like everything that Alcoholics Anonymous teaches, none of that in and of itself would change your behavior of abstaining from alcohol in and of itself. The reason why Alcoholics Anonymous is so popular and so prosperous is because they have a number of individuals and they have a method of reinforcing a behavior by group participation.
Right.
That's what causes the change.
Plus, it lets you see that you're not the only one going
Absolutely.
through this shit.
Absolutely. We all love,
Put that to run.
It's mine. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, no, that's for
Thank
me.
you.
I've had acid to bring me up.
Oh, I thought it was me. So I want a daughter.
Get one for Ron, man.
No, I'm good. I'm just playing. I promise.
I had ran out of what I had. I said, I text Amy and said, yo, tell Nana to bring me a water, please.
You're going to really love this. You're going to really love this. You know what's the number one thing for disrupting habit? I'm afraid to say it because it's going to take up the rest of the show. The number one thing that is most successful in breaking any habit has been vacations.
Going on vacations and make you change a habit?
Vacations?
For real?
Let me tell y'all, I had to write this down. I am not making this up. It says right here, man, this is the God honest truth. Yes, changing a behavior during a vacation is one of the most successful because all of your cues and rewards are no longer present.
But you're going to find new ones while you're there. That got to be a long-ass vacation, though.
Hey, man.
It can't just be 5 days. I'm going to come back and not do certain things I didn't do.
You hate waking up early in the morning?
Not sometimes I don't. Not when I'm on vacation. I like getting up early, so I can have the whole fucking day to get out.
If you want to break that, now you have the ability to sleep in.
True.
Because everything that caused your cue and your reward to remain present has been has been interrupted. Which brings me to the deeper point that I hope we can get to. This is the deeper point. It said, and this is what really got me interested, man. Like, by the way, this is on anything. You don't have to take my word for it. All of our notes we have same read. You have the same notes.
We'll find them.
You know what I mean? The reason why vacations are so effective and efficient is because it disrupts your cues and your rewards. Let's deal with one at a time.
But it's not that long.
Sure.
So just a quick little vacation?
It disrupts it.
Like 4 or 5 days?
It disrupts it.
But you can't.
If you know you don't have to get up, like you wake up, and you know you don't have to get up,
Right.
Think about it. You're going to do things that's going to put yourself and compromise your way of being the night before you normally would have had to waken. To now, you may sleep over.
So that's why when you come back, and that Monday you got to go to work, it's a motherfucker. Because I got to get back into the shit I used to do that I just broke these past 7 days. And shit like, God damn it.
The routine.
Yeah.
Look at how pervasive habits are.
Right.
And that's just work.
Just a few days at that. I know. That's crazy.
So, you're absolutely correct. One of the things that I found interesting was Now, wait a minute. I'm a person, even before military, I always woke up early. Always. Matter of fact, if the sun hit me and I woke up, I felt like my day was over. This was pre-military, after military. It just worked together. It was just a good fit. But one of the things that I found really interesting regarding behavior was this talks about reward, meaning you're given something, right? Have y'all ever heard of something called, it's called, oh my God, don't you make me write it down, because I remember, got the green shit. It's called negative rewards. You ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. No, negative reinforcement. I'm sorry, negative reward. You ever heard of negative reinforcement? Mm-hmm. I thought I could catch that. You ever heard of positive reinforcement?
I've heard the term, but
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
See what positive reinforcement is. Like I told y'all, brothers, this is where I was hoping we could get to. Thank you, Lord, because this is the part that really counts. If everything else that we said makes sense, I need you to use that as a platform or a basis to understand what we're about to talk about now. In psychology, there's something called classical conditioning. If I follow the rules of classical conditioning, give me enough time, I can make you into what I want you to be. I can make you do anything I want you to do if you give me enough time. Look this up, y'all. It's called classical conditioning. It has its shortcomings.
Condition someone.
Condition someone. Then they said something that was called just conditioning. Conditioning is off the chain even more because there's something called positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. This is how well they have broken down and studied your behavior.
That's that damn Nikita shit.
Yes, you could. Absolutely.
Fucking
yes,
killer
the move.
Shit.
Absolutely.
You know, like that's.
You know, it's one of the basic ways they do it. If I wanted to make a parakeet stand on a line and tap his feet and peck the line under positive reinforcement and or negative reinforcement, I can train him to do it. Give me enough time. Positive reinforcement is this. Any behavior that you habitually do, it has been conditioned and reinforced by something called positive conditioning, meaning you got something pleasurable as a result of you performing a certain behavior. You got reward. Positive reinforcement. What's negative reinforcement? Based on that, what's your understanding of negative reinforcement?
That's the bitches that keep going back to that motherfucker to whip their ass all the time.
That's negative?
That's negative reinforcement.
What's your negative reinforcement? Next time he answers first.
All right.
So absolutely. But no, negative reinforcement is this. Positive reinforcement to get you to continue to do a behavior is to reward you. Right? Negative reinforcement is what works best under torture. I can get you to do what I want you to do by removing an unpleasurable circumstance, situation, or experience. So I didn't do anything to you. I just removed the pain from you. So your lack of pain became your reward, right? Not the addition of not hitting you, not shocking you, not drowning you. You understand? The reward was not removing me from doing that to you. The reward came from I removed the unpleasant reward that you would have gotten from this.
When my dad was the belt, he said, don't get that belt, got the belt, you're going to know it's going to be.
You wouldn't got the little one and shit.
And he just, instead of me whooping your ass, what do you know? You already know.
Think of it this way, Bobby. Your daddy whooping you. And he say, Bobby, I ain't going to stop whooping you until you say, I'm sorry. And you know you're right. Because if you say I'm sorry, that's admitting wrong.
Right.
But you know you're right. Let's go with let's go with understanding. We know we're right. Your dad is whooping you. Say you sorry. No. Say you sorry. No. Say you sorry.
I ain't do nothing.
Now the pain has become so extreme, you need to remove the pain.
Right. So
I'm sorry. Anything, just stop hitting me.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. Anything, just stop nagging. You know.
Right. Right.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's removing the unpleasant experience or the pain. That's the reward. Not tickling you, making you feel good, happy, and all of that.
No,
That's not the reward.
Stop whooping your ass.
Pain will never be a reward
Right.
up until a point.
Right.
Because there's some people that get in S&M, but pain has its threshold.
Right. Right.
But pain, it's not the addition, it's the subtraction. So think of negative reinforcement.
Right.
It's the subtraction of something unpleasant. Positive reinforcement is the addition of something pleasant.
Right.
Right. All right. You do this, you get a touchdown, you win 7 points. You do enough of this, you win the Super Bowl. Yeah. Do enough of this, you break records. The reason why we're talking about habits, and we can go after this, is because notice how everything in life can be broken down to habits.
Sure enough. Like you said, we are pretty much what you said that doctor said.
You know what I mean?
Where humans go off of behavior.
We are humans that go.
That's what we do.
Like if
Without
you
that,
really,
we wouldn't do shit.
if you really, really critically examine our behaviors and why we do what we do, I would invite you to just look at it under the term habits and ask yourself, how is this a habit? Why is it a habit? But break your thinking in terms of, well, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a drug addict, I'm a sex addict, I'm a food addict.
That's the first thing we think of.
That's the first thing we think of. But think about what you do every single day.
Is a habit too.
You know how
bad.
You know how gangster it is. You know why you're able. Show your habits. You know why you're able to drive your car and talk on the phone at the same time and pay attention to the conversation. Habits, y'all, because you have gotten so used to the habit of driving that the part of the brain that would be paying attention goes to sleep. Because now that other part of the brain can focus on the conversation.
Right.
Because driving has been such a habit and been repeated so much, it requires no thought.
That's true, because I've gone some places sometimes, and when I see where I'm at, I'm thinking, the fuck I got here. So in other words, I just shut down.
Exactly.
And just let my subconscious.
That's why you go for long drives, because your mind can go somewhere else. Preferably if you're on a straightaway. God forbid that.
Right.
But you know, if you got to make some turns, or if you're getting in a rough, but just think of yourself in your car driving a straightaway, no turns. You are you're not even thinking about the road until something just distracts you.
That's why the roads in Germany are not straight. They turn.
That makes sense to me. In Germany,
you'll fall asleep like a motherfucker. Straight. That's when you get to Italy. Straight.
For real. Gotta get rid of that German.
Straight. Man, your ass will fall asleep without paying attention and shit.
Easily, because
all of
it's a habit.
You do this, so even if you fall asleep, you still feel your subconscious feel. I know what
Absolutely.
You do. The only thing is oh shit, I can't see.
Absolutely.
Nigga. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
interesting stuff. They even got it named out. I even wrote shit down. They even got the parts of the brain that's responsible for it. And by the way, the parts that develop a habit, it's not the same part of the brain that's responsible for decision making.
It's not. That's crazy.
And I'm gonna leave right there.
That's
I'm gonna shut up right there. I'm good.
Decision
I ain't got no more to say. I ain't got no more to say.
BYOB. Decision determined destiny.
Exactly. The part of the brain that is responsible for habit formation and maintenance formation of that habit is totally separate and distinct.
That's crazy.
From decision making.
That's right. Another episode of The Daily Smoke.
So think about
THN.
Nah, man, I'm good, man.
We're good. I mean, everybody wants to call in or at least text something. You got anything to say about a habit? Did we help you figure out the triggers that you got to be in a habit? What is it, howdy? You need to stop getting the habit of getting with them ladies as the pool boy.
You know
I
what I'm
see you.
saying?
Husband whooped your ass. I see
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
man, I would have took a serious injury, man.
Yeah, husband whooped his ass.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, threw his ass in the pool.
You know?
Threw his
I
ass.
ain't gonna say nothing, man. I'm gonna let Howdy
Threw
make
his
it,
ass
man.
in the empty pool.
You know what I mean? Don't call.
Yeah.
Don't
Keep
call.
fucking
I get
around.
call up video, man. You know that something is crazy. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, we know the truth. That's the truth. I know. You don't have to tell me no more.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for joining us this afternoon, man. And to end on a lighter note, man, like, I think we're doing a good thing, man. We're getting attention.
Actually, we're not trying to. We're actually doing it.
Amen.
Just need your help to bring more topics to us. Come on the show and be a guest. I mean, come take advantage of the People's Podcast. It's your shit. You know, come take advantage of this for real. You know, make sure you do that. Anyways, we're out. I don't know what else we got to talk about here.
Oh man, I'm ready to go to barbecue.
Barbecue Inn is calling.
Go, man.
Barbecue Inn. That's a habit right there.
Real, right? You know what I mean?
I saw the picture, man. I saw the picture. That was the picture. You saw the picture. I haven't heard you say Barbecue Inn in a long time.
I know, man. I saw it.
Like a picture of it, and that was the America. Your car started driving that way.
Come on, man. Let's go. My car ain't running right, but I better go to Barbecue Inn tonight.
Right. Get that lip.
It ain't even running right. I hope I make it, man. That's sad, eh?
Now you'll be all right. But anyways, I'm Brother Los.
I'm Brother Roy.
Brother Black Hand.
Brother Black Hand on the camera as always with the daily smoke, and we're out.
Peace. Thank y'all.